Those wondering why Republican lips are sealed so very, very tight when it comes to President Trump jeopardizing our national security, threatening our democracy, and engaging in one crazy treat after another need look no further than this bill. You see, this is a bill to handcuff the cop on Wall Street. And so many of our Republican colleagues are so eager to shield Wall Street from action and eventually to bestow one tax break after another on Wall Street that they're willing to pay almost any price in silence concerning Mr. Trump's outrages. As a person who voted against all of the big bank bailouts, I am most concerned that this bill will produce only more. When the banks were bailed out, American families paid the price as taxpayers, and they paid the price for the recklessness that led to that unnecessary financial crisis. A more immediate concern is what happens to the cop on the beat, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, a new law enforcement agency that AARP described as one designed to hold scam artists accountable, and that's exactly what it's done. Whether it's payday lenders or deceitful language in the fine print of financial agreements, reverse mortgages, contracts denying consumers their legal remedies to address wrongdoing, or many other issues, this agency has been there to protect the consumers. And among those most threatened that have benefited from this law enforcement agency are our military families who face unique financial challenges, from illegal foreclosures to cheating them on student loans, to payday lenders who overcharge their families. This law enforcement agency has been there to protect them, and today it would be substantially weakened by this legislation. And one of the leading examples of the success of this law enforcement agency is Wells Fargo. Fined $100 million, $85 million in restitution, $75 million in clawbacks from executives. A CEO resigned. None of that happened to the other banks, but Wells Fargo was caught, and it was caught because there was a law enforcement agency on the beat doing something about it. And there are those who fought this legislation from the start, and they won't give up on trying to undermine it. You need only look at what happened this year in enforcement actions to see what this agency is doing. A company failed to provide redress for illegal collection tactics, deceived consumers about credit scores, misstated the charges associated with pawn loans, denied consumers access to their own money, kept borrowers in the dark about options to avoid foreclosure. One bit of wrongdoing after another. Why not have a cop on the beat to do it? Because some people want to have unlimited right to exploit consumers. And this is the one thing standing in the way to protect them. I say stop this Republican interference with law enforcement and send a message at the same time to President Donald J. Trump that the laws apply to him also and ought to be enforced against him when he's engaged in wrongdoing, and I yield back.